I'm Alex.
I'm James.
And I'm Dan.
We're the RAGAMUFFINs, and we're here to answer your download festival questions and give you our tips and tricks.
We've been going to festivals for quite a few years between us, so we've learned a thing or two during that time. Let's pass some knowledge on to you guys.
We put out some little Q&A parts on social media for you to send in any questions, put it in some comments, and now we'll answer them for you. So we've got one that says here, I'm only going for the Sunday. Is there anything I should take just for the day?
Well, I think it's pretty handy. Only the last couple of years we've started taking some bum bags and like crossbody bags with us, and you can fit basically everything that you'll need for the day in there. It might be worth taking like a battery pack just for your phone, just in case, because it can be quite a long day. You may need a little bit of an extra bit of juice in your phone. Things like sort of tissues, maybe some hand sanitizer. What else do we normally take?
You could take in an empty water bottle with you. You won't be able to take in a full one, but you'll have to empty it beforehand in case anyway. But it means that you'll have a bottle there straight away. You can fill it up on the taps on site, which is perfect. You have the advantage as well of knowing the weather, like good in advance. So make sure you dress appropriately for it. At the minute, I haven't looked at the forecast, so I'm not sure how it's going.
So what you're saying is you may need some sunglasses.
Many sunglasses,
and some
but you
sun cream.
also may need wellies.
Other than that, there's not really too much that you need to take with you, really.
Just a rock and roll attitude.
Next one is any trolley recommendations. When I go to Bloodstock, there's always a trolley graveyard, but download is so much more walking, so considering getting one.
I think it's a tricky one with trolleys because a lot of festivals aren't really on hard standing. I think where download, where they've got the new layout, is benefited. There's a bit more tarmac on the way to a lot of the campsites, but we've never really taken much of a trolley. We've used like a sack truck in the past, but to be honest, I don't think there's a winning solution to this. They always seem to be just a struggle, but the best, also the easiest way of doing things. Our friend Josh took a decent trolley to 2000 Trees last year.
He did.
That was one of those big like fold out canvassy ones with 4 wheels, and that seemed to hold it pretty well. So maybe those are the way to go, but they're probably a bit pricey, I'd imagine.
If taking one, what camping stove do you recommend? I think the only camping kind of cooking around we did, really, was we got some of the mini like portable barbecues, disposable barbecues from the co-op on site, which I highly recommend going and just visiting. If not just for the fantastic vibes, but just it's got a great stock there on things you're going to need over the weekend or just the day if you're there.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really that qualified on gas stoves and things because we've never taken one before, but just make sure you check the FAQs on the website and everything. I'm pretty sure it specifies on there which ones you can and can't take.
Our friend Callum is a scout, so we might ask him and then chuck in a little edit here where he gives us his recommendation because Callum knows best.
How thorough are the searches upon entrance? Now,
Oh, well, now we can tell a horror story.
Yeah, Alex
here.
can tell you how that goes.
So
Go
we
on.
went in 2019. The first trip in with like tents and main bags, pretty standard as you would expect a festival search to be. Nothing too rigorous, but it was fine. The second trip in, which was pretty much all of our food and drink, I got pulled aside by security into a side tent where they thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly, checked every
It's okay.
checked every inch of the bags that I had. I had to take off my hat, turn it inside out, take off my shoes and my socks. Those searches, I think, are random. They could happen at any point to anyone.
Yeah, the thing is they're not going to search, at least on searches on the way into the campsite, at least, they're not going to be able to search every single person and every single person's bags. So it's a bit of a random spot check kind of thing. They might check your bags really thoroughly. They might ask you to take your clothes off. Or they might just wave you straight through. They might not check a single thing. So it's completely potluck, really. But when it comes to going into the arena, it's a completely different story. They're most likely to be checking pretty much everything. They won't strip you down, but at least they shouldn't do. But they'll give you a bit of a pat down. They might wave one of those wand things over you. They'll check your bag and all your pockets and everything and under your hat. So yeah, going to the arena it's quite strict, but into the campsite, a bit random. You could have everything checked. You could have nothing checked.
when do you usually find stage times?
Stage
It's
times are
now
available right now via the download app. They're also on the website. You can also check clashfinder.com. I think they've
Always
got it
helpful.
all set up on there.
And remember,
Super
they are subject to change and will probably be running late.
What time should we get to the car park on Wednesday?
It's a bit of a tricky one, really. If you've got a particular space if you want to be in a space like right near the front of the like near the front of the arena, like to the front of Black Camp, or like the closest to the village or the arena, you're going to want to get there really, really early. I think we're thinking of setting off and arriving sort of in time for like 10:30, 11ish, because the car parks don't open till like 11, I think.
Yeah, roughly.
And then I don't think they open the actual campsites till 12. So you're going to be spending a bit of time queuing. So I think really it depends on where you're aiming to camp. If you're not too bothered about being close, you can sort of turn up anytime, sort of late morning, early afternoon, you'll be fine. If you want to be in a specific spot, like right near the arena or near the village, get there like kind of as early as you can, really.
Do keep in mind that this is meant to be the first download that's also completely sold out.
Yep.
So queues, like mentioned, are going to be long, and there's going to be a lot of people wanting to get in there. So if you do want to get there early, you're going to have to leave early. Where is the best place to camp, in your opinion? Brackets. We're first timers and have no idea. Welcome to
Exciting for
download.
you. Yeah, welcome. Difficult one. It sort of depends on what you want. Black Camp pretty much every year fills up first. It's pretty rowdy. It's close to everything. It's, for some people, the best camp.
It's quite a noisy one. It's always the party camp. You've always got everyone walking past you on the way backwards and forwards to the village, or District X, I think it's called this year. A bit of a party time. We quite liked camping in Blue Camp last year because it's not too far away. It's still pretty close to everything, but it's far enough away that you can have a good night's sleep, and like people aren't being like too noisy and too like raucous, because we're old timers now.
There will be a map on screen now that will show you where all the camps are in relation to the arena and the village, so bear that in mind when you're trying to pick your spot.
It sort of depends what car park you'll be arriving in as well, because obviously the north and the east car parks are closer to like Orange Camp and Purple, whereas the other car park, I can't remember which one, the one to the south is it's probably called West.
Probably.
It's probably called West Car Park now, isn't it, or something? That one's a lot closer to Blue Camp and Black and the quiet and eco camping. So it really depends where you park as well, as to whether you want a long walk or a short walk.
And the last one we've got submitted is, how do I get a Ragamuffins t-shirt? If you have just seen, recently uploaded, a brand new video, you can see that we have some t-shirts. Photo on screen now. Come and find us where we're camping. You will see this big ass flag flying its way around.
Oh, I've disappeared. Oh, I'm back.
Come and see us, show us your subscribes, and maybe you'll get a t-shirt.
We've only got a few though, so you snooze, you lose.
So if you still haven't done your download shop, you want to get on it, check out our shopping video. The link is up there. You'll see all the kind of stuff we've got. Make sure that if you're getting booze and getting spirits in particular, you cannot take glass bottles in, so make sure you decant them into some water bottles beforehand. Especially if it's clear liquids, I would very, very, very strongly say that label it with a marker pen on there, what it is, and don't mistake vodka for water.
Yep, don't do that. Who would do that? I did that. Have I not told you this before?
No.
Oh, no, here we go. This is turning into a podcast episode now. I woke up very hungover on one morning at Reading Festival, and I just reached for just a clear bottle with some clear liquid in it. I took a big old swig with a dry old mouth, put it back on the table, and went, "That's gin." Took it like a champ though, didn't I? Do we have any extra tips and tricks for maybe some first-time festival goers?
One thing to consider, this sort of depends on where you're camping, if you are camping. The walk from camp to arena is long. And it's often the case, at least for me, where once I'm in the arena, I'm there all day. I don't really want to have to go back to the camp if I don't have to. So consider that when you're going to leave your camp in the morning. If you have a bum bag, which we really recommend you get one,
100%.
Just make sure you've got everything with you that you might need for the day: phone, portable charger, earplugs maybe, sun cream, hand sanitizer. Yeah, just make sure you've got everything that you might need from the moment you leave until the moment you're going to get back to your camp, because it's a long day.
It's often pretty handy when you're in the arena. You and your friends might be going off and seeing some different bands. Always come up with like a meeting point, like a time and a place. There's loads of flags and stuff around in the arena, loads of different colours and different symbols and stuff on. And the reason that they all look different is so that you can designate them as a meeting point for your friends. So always kind of be aware of what bands your friends are seeing and try and sort of meet up with them if you can, because the phone signal might be a little bit shit. Use the co-op. There's a great co-op on site. Not only are the vibes immaculate in there because they've got like a live DJ and everyone's having a great time, but the food's not that much inflated. It's not that much more expensive than in a standard co-op in your hometown. And if you buy stuff there instead of buying it beforehand, there's less stuff to carry about. They've got like fresh fruit and stuff in there, which is always great for a hangover. So yeah, buy stuff from there rather than take loads with you. It's really, really handy.
Another really valuable asset on site is Fat Frank's camping supplies. If you by any chance forget anything that you might need for your camp, pegs, mallet, they'll blow up your airbed for you. They'll be selling camping chairs, extra shit. If there's anything you do forget or something gets broken, they're an incredible supply to go and just grab what you might need. So shout out to Fat Frank's.
Take your own jumbo set of toilet roll. You're going to want it for the Portaloos, because if you turn up and you're going to do number 2 and there's no toilet roll there, you're in shit street.
Literally.
Exactly. So make sure you take some with you, and every trip you go, you're going to need it.
Adding on to that, when you're in the arena, what I find, if you have a bum bag, which again you should, take a packet of tissues with you, because sometimes the arena toilet, like camp, you can take a roll of toilet paper with you and then take it back to your camp. When you're in the arena, there might not be toilet paper, so it's good to just have tissues handy.
For years, I've been pumping my air mattress up with a manual hand pump or a foot pump. Last year, my life changed when I bought an electric air pump. Just like that. It pumps the airbed up in seconds, and it's just way quicker and easier than standing there for minutes and pissing off the whole campsite with a noisy ass pump.
And the thing is, as soon as you got your tent up, you got your airbed pumped up, you can kind of sit back, relax, and have a drink and just chill and enjoy the vibes and go around village and everything. So just get set up ready, just make it easier.
Make yourself at home.
Exactly.
That about summarises our tips and tricks for Download Festival. If it is your first time, don't stress, relax. It's going to be amazing. You're going to have so much fun. Everyone there is so nice. It's like one big, happy, hairy family. And everyone's so helpful and caring. You'll be familiarised with your surroundings before you realise. You're going to have the best time. Download is just the best place to be. We love it. You're going to love it. If you've got any more tips and tricks, let us know in the comments below. And we'll see you in the motherfucking doghouse.
Let's go! Woo!